Alright, welcome back everybody. We are going to break down Chunk a little bit today. So this is on Insanity. Now, there's many different ways to fight Chunk, okay? What's important here is that for my run and for this analysis, we're going to use this shotgun right here in our inventory. That's the MSBS 500. That's not the fully upgraded shotgun. This has no upgrades to it at all. The idea for this run is a clean start on Insanity. That way you can experience what it's like to play the game without all of your NG plus items. And if you don't know what that means, it's because after you do new game and you go on Insanity, you get all of the weapons and you get, as you see, I've got 17,100 credits already, and you can buy stuff and upgrade stuff. So we're not going to use the fully upgraded stuff. We're going to play as if it is a new game. So let's go ahead and let's get to it. Now, in the beginning of this fight, and in casual, you would get the shotgun right here. Now, the better your shotgun, or the easier the difficulty, you can actually stagger Chunk right here on the ground. However, we have to make sure that we're aware of different items around the map. There's an item here when you first walk in, and that's up top. So like there's a section behind us. Actually, I'll just walk around and show you. It's right up here, right? So we got to get Chunk to knock this down. We got to get Chunk to run into this wall right here because that has shotgun ammo. Over here on this section of the wall is medical. We don't really need that one since we're doing a no hit, no damage. And then we're going to have to get him to knock down this wall right here because past it are two boxes. And up top here on, and you could even kind of see it right here, is another box for us to grab. So the idea is, even though like we want to kill him as fast as possible, if you're doing like a run through and you need as much ammo as possible, how can we maximize that? All right, so here is my scripted way to fight against Chunk. I like to go ahead and I like to shoot this thing over here that does not proc him or activate him. I like to have as many shotgun shells as possible. Now, with the shotgun, there's actually a damage drop-off. So if you look at my chart over here on the bottom right, that's how much the unupgraded shotgun does. And the reason for the variation is how close you stand to Chunk. So you're going to want to stand as close as possible to him to get that maximum benefit. Pistol does, I mean, just look, the shotgun does almost 10 times as much damage as a pistol. And you'll actually see that there's two types of hatchet, I guess, execution style type landers, right? There's the standing and there's the leaping, and they do different amounts of damage as well. All right, so what I like to do is I like to come up and I like to hit him 3 times right in the head. Boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick, boom, and then one in the butt right up close. Now, on the casual run, or if you have the upgraded shotgun, or if you have the other shotgun that you've upgraded, he'll actually stagger right here. And you can get 3 shotgun shells in and get the Hatchet Finisher. From there, I would move around and I would use this door right here. And then as they comes through, I'm going to get a couple shots off. I'm going to walk back and it should, shot 1, knock him down. You get 3 shots, 2, 3. Definitely get that reload in. There's enough time. Clink, clink, and then get your Hatchet Finisher, and that does 600 damage. I like to get another quick couple shots in here. I gotta move off the wall, and I'm gonna stand back. He can grab you, so I'm gonna aim high because you can hit his hand here. You gotta aim as high as you can, and you'll still hit him. Get that reload in, and you'll notice I'm getting him down. Now this is an Insanity right here, right? This is on Insanity. Now, you're going to notice if you try this strategy, it might not work for you because there is a damage threshold. If you do too much damage, the door frame will break open. Once he hits a certain damage threshold, and it's about 55, well, he has 18,000 health, and I'm noticing that the damage threshold is around 10.5k, and around that, he'll actually just bust through the door. So if you were to have done more shotgun damage in between him being on the ground, 1 extra shot can put him over this threshold. I was calling that the hidden bullet here. Now in casual and on the upgraded shotgun, it really doesn't matter because his health is almost all the way gone here. But what's important is this door is your best friend. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna get that shotgun finisher. I don't know if I got my 3 shots. I'm missing 3 shots right now. Actually, not good. We'll get that one. and then he's going to bust through this door, and you're going to want to run. If he hits that wall... Okay, so he says, I'll go back to that. If he says, all mine, all mine, all mine, he's running around. So I like to run him around here. Once again, use that door to your advantage. I like to shoot this, turn around, pick this up, get a couple shots in, and then use your shotgun here to get a nice shot right in the head. Boom. One more. Boom. Get a reload in. Nice reload there. Let's get some jiggle physics going on. Sometimes if you shoot the head, it doesn't hit. Now this is the leaping hatchet. This does 1200 damage. I might be off by a bullet or two because I'm talking and I'm forgetting things. So what constitutes as a hit, by the way, in this fight, and what constitutes as damage? Damage is pretty obvious. If your health bar gets damaged, you'll see less health, right? A hit can also be if he runs into a wall and Leon, like, kind of staggers for a second. That is a hit. I know it's sad. It's very sad, but it does count as a hit. So we're trying to do this without taking a hit. And you're going to notice that he does run around. And if he does hit a wall, Leon will, like, stagger. And then he'll move. And that does count as a hit, unfortunately. So now here, he almost always does the same thing. What I like to do is I like to wait for him to start going, mine, 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 and then make him come to you. This way, because if you run too fast, he's going to come over here through this general. As you see, he comes through that general direction. And then here's how we get this thing knocked down. We're going to come around here. And I just want to see if I can get him to hit the wall so I can get Leon to stagger. Either way, this tends to be about where he'll stop if you do it correctly. Let's go around here. We'll knock this bad boy down. And you're going to notice if he hits this, he always falls over. And that's the fight. That's the fight. Right there. You can definitely use your environment. And what did I even grab those while I was up there? I did grab those. And now you use the time to go around and collect the rest of the ammo that you might have missed. And that's game, set, point. And what's cool about the strategy is if you were to do the same strategy with a better shotgun, it would be even easier. And look how many shotgun shells I ended up with. I started with like 12 and ended with like 17 because of all the extra shotgun shells there are. Real quick, I didn't say anything about the grenade, but grenades do 500 damage as well, which is about the equivalent of a nice up-close and personal shotgun shell. Is it useful? Kind of. What if, let's go through a scenario, what if, real quick, this is going to be the last one and the video's over, but what if you don't script it here? What if when he falls over and he gets back up and like, oh no, what do I do then? What you do is you get the pistol and you run him in a circle. My favorite circle is to run this way, turn around, because he will like kind of stumble through this section, get a couple shots off, and then I would go around, and I would continue to do that circle. I would come over here, and I'd get a few shots in. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm trying to line them up so that way I get one long hallway, and then boom, 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 boom. And what I would also do, if you would like to use your grenade, is once he says all mine, the whole ground starts shaking, and he starts running around. Just wait. You know, count. You know, like 10 seconds. 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3. Or you can count, you know, rotations around the map, probably easier. About 1 full rotation around the map, maybe 1.5 rotations. He'll end. A lot of times he'll get to this spot right here, and he'll run into this wall, and he'll knock over. When that happens, just, you know, okay, he stopped, turn around, toss the grenade, boom, that's free 500. Between the pistol shots, you know, an extra 10 pistol shots, a grenade, you have plenty of ammo here to defeat him, and you probably aren't doing the restrictions that I'm doing as well. So, I mean, absolutely use the shotgun, but the whole goal is no hit and no damage. And once again, unfortunately, if he runs into the wall, and let's say he runs into this wall right here, and you're standing right here, and Leon does that stagger, that does unfortunately count as a hit. And there goes your hitless run. No damage, though. It's still no damage. So if you're like, I'm good with no damage, hey, that's all you. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the fight, the breakdown of the fight. I hope it gives you some strategies to use on your own, kind of like the way that you can loop them, you know. So yeah, take care, everybody, and